Meet the secret dealers. Their mission: to make money.
I love what I do. If you just did it for the money, it wouldn't work for you.
I'm not your typical female dealer. I work a lot with the lads, so you could say I'm one of the boys.
I love things that last.
Today, the secret dealers step back in time as they enter an Aladdin's cave of antiques.
This is a fantastic house. There's everything.
Rammed with goodies.
And the dealers are desperate to buy.
I will be fighting to take this home with me.
And will stop at nothing to overcome the homeowner's sentimental attachment.
I'm not going to sell these.
I'll have one more crack at it, because I want them. Come what may, I'm going to take those home with me.
The secret dealers are in for a bonanza in this 1940s house in the New Forest. It's home to Susie, her husband, and 2 young daughters. And it's absolutely crammed full of top-quality antiques.
We moved into this house about 3 years ago when my mum passed away, and lots of this stuff is her antiques that she enjoyed collecting throughout her life.
Now they want to have a big clear-out and raise some serious cash to renovate her mum's old house. But having grown up with a lot of these antiques, Susie is sentimentally attached to them.
I suppose it comes down to the monetary value at the end. If it was worth 20,000 or something, then obviously I'd consider getting rid of it. But I'd have to think very long and hard about getting rid of some pieces because they are quite personal to my mum and very important to me to keep, I think.
Bound to get the dealer's attention is this diamond and ruby double snakehead ring, which her mum always wore. And this 18th century Chinese moon flask, which Susie has always loved. Hoping to tempt her to sell will be 3 dealers who don't give up easily. David, Alison, and Karen. They will be loaded with huge amounts of cash and desperate to buy, but they've no idea what awaits them behind the front door.
Right, girls, this is it.
Girls.
Ladies
looking
is better.
It is stuffed with goodies. Where do you start?
Let's have a look in here.
I'm like, oh, it's just so exciting. It's the best feeling.
As there's so much for the dealers to spend their money on, they'll have 2 hours to place their secret bids while Susie and her family are out.
Sounds lovely.
How's that?
In the sitting room, Karen's been wooed by a pretty hand-painted Royal Worcester tea and coffee set.
One of the factory artists has decorated this. Can you imagine the amount of work that's gone into there? It's the Puce Royal Worcester mark, somewhere around the turn of the 20th century, date-wise. That's a good bid for that.
Upstairs, Alison is rifling through Susie's mum's old jewellery and has found her precious double-headed snake ring.
This is just so good. Right, what we've got here is very, very, very fine. So we've got most beautiful diamond, Burma ruby. I would date it about 1840 to 1860. It's probably the best double-headed snake ring I've seen. What I want to write on the card is not a price. I want to write buying it.
Well, sorry, Alison, that's not how it works. You have to put your bid on the card, and there is bound to be competition from the other dealers for this ring. Another cherished possession is this oak long case clock.
Mid-19th century, oak cased, painted face, and it's got a little sweet second hand, phases of the moon, which is quite nice, indicator here.
A popular Victorian song about a long case clock called My Grandfather's Clock led them to be nicknamed, yes, you guessed it, grandfather clocks. But I'm sure Susie won't let this one go for a song.
And the head wobbles.
Now there are collectors for just about anything, including handheld glasses called lorgnettes.
Now these are tortoiseshell, mid to early 19th century. What do you reckon? Very nice. Nice, clean, gorgeous condition. Don't mind those.
In the meantime,
A pocket watch.
Alison has found a 9-carat gold pocket watch that belonged to Susie's grandfather.
And it's broken. But this is what's called a full hunter because it's completely enclosed. So my only offer on that will be for its weight.
While Alison is going for gold, Karen has struck a rich vein for blue and white.
We've got some good Chinese in this house, which is what we all get a bit excited about at the moment.
And it's not long before she spotted the moon flask Susie loves.
This is a fabulous moon flask, Chinese.
They were called moon flasks because of their round shape.
Flavour of the month, I have to say.
So you'll be putting down a tasty bid then, Karen?
Again, a stonking bid, I think anyway.
One person who has a massive appetite for Chinese porcelain is David. But he'd got his plate full trying to compete with Alison for all of Susie's jewellery and gold. He's decided to have a go for the 9-carat gold pocket watch and that amazing double-headed snake ring which Alison really wants to buy. And she could be spending big money today as she's found another pricey Victorian ring. It's platinum and has a large opal set with diamonds.
For that to be a natural opal, I need to be very sure because I'm going to leave serious sums of money on it if I think it is.
After a thorough inspection, what does she think?
I'm looking at a real stone. Terribly exciting.
The competition for Susie's quality antiques is starting to hot up, and Karen has fallen for the long case clock David has already bid on.
It's just 100% original. It's just so nice to see this sort of stuff in the house. So it's got my vote.
Getting David's vote is the Chinese blue and white, including Susie's beloved moon flask.
It's been drilled here, so at some stage it's obviously been made into a lamp. Lots of nibbles around the base, bit of chips, a crack running right the way down. Actually, that whole piece has been off and stuck back. But it's quite early, nevertheless. I mean, it's good early 19th century. Yes. Pity about the damage.
It might be damaged, but the market for Chinese antiques is booming and prices have rocketed.
It's worth having a go at, isn't it?
With so much to get through, the dealers have no time to relax.
Put that in there.
Especially if they're not going to miss out on the best items. Alison gets in an offer for the Royal Worcester tea and coffee set Karen has already bid on. And though Karen's no expert on jewellery, she knows one thing about the double-headed snake ring.
I think we're talking money here. God, I wish I knew more about jewellery.
Despite that, she makes it a hat-trick of bids for the ring.
Can't let Alison have it all her own way, can we?
And now all three dealers are coiled and ready to strike for this desirable piece of Victorian jewellery.
What we've got here is a very nice Worcester part tea set. The one piece I picked up, of course, has got a chip. But it's quite a nice little lot.
And while David is entering the battle for the Royal Worcester, Alison is brewing up a storm for the Chinese moon flask.
Ordinarily, if something's chipped or damaged in the way of ceramics, I am not interested. But I'm reading about how this stuff is selling for millions, and I think that's worth a gamble. So we'll see.
Susie's inheritance has got all the dealers desperate to spend.
I really want to buy all the Oriental stuff. That's my forte, that's my strength, that's where I have clients.
Absolutely the finest item in the house, double-headed snake ring.
I don't know if us dealers are going to be friends at the end of this, because there's going to be big competition.
On hand to make sure Susie gets a fair price is the independent valuer. Only she will get to see his secret valuations, but some things are worth more to her than money.
There are certainly some items that I am sure that I'm not going to sell, so the dealers will have to work very, very hard.
In this envelope is the total of our highest bids.
Okay.
And we're terribly excited to know how much it comes to.
Right, OK. I look forward to looking at it. Wow, excellent. 13,311.
Oh my God.
That is a lot. Gosh.
That's a lot of money.
Excellent. Very happy with that.
So now, shall we see if we can do some deals?
Yep, why not?
The first of Susie's family heirlooms up for grabs is the gold watch which all 3 dealers would like to own.
I remember pictures with my grandfather having that watch, so they will have to dig deep to get that one, I think.
But I can't get it to go. That really does make it scrap price.
It's on that I have based my offer.
Are you all keen on it? We must be. We've all left bids.
This is never my strongest area, but I'm going to give it a go.
So, shall I open? My bid is based on the fact that I couldn't get it to work.
Right.
So my offer is £350.
OK.
My offer, Susie, is £240.
OK, thank you.
Well, there you go. You see, everybody has different ideas, don't they? My offer is £675.
OK, right. That's interesting.
You better take some
Okay.
advice from your
Yes,
independent
I should
valuer.
do, shouldn't I? Yes, I will refer to this. OK.
David stormed in with an offer that is double the independent valuation. So what will Karen and Alison do now?
Well, I'll cancel myself out straight away because there's absolutely no way I can compete with that. So, Alison.
And myself as well at 675.
OK.
And how do you feel about my offer of £675? You can't wait to shake my hand, can you?
I think I would like to accept your offer, yes.
Great. Lovely, thanks.
Susie, when she opens those independent valuation envelopes, doesn't give the game away at all.
No qualms about that one. I was shocked about how much that was worth.
I was amazed at the independent valuation being where it was, and I was amazed at my competitors' valuations being where they were, but I'm delighted to buy it.
That's a great start, and now it's time to see if Susie can have the same success with her mother's grandfather clock.
Quite fancy that.
We'll have to see whether it's something she's willing to sell, because it looks like a family thing. Susie, we've come out into your very pretty garden, as it's such a lovely day, to talk about your nice long case clock, your grandfather
yes.
clock. Tell me, how did that come into your life?
I believe that my mother purchased that in the States, actually, and it's...
Really?
Yes, because I was born in the States and I lived there till I was 10, so it's quite an important piece, really, because I've always known it in the houses that we've lived in, so...
Shall I go first?
Yep, go then, David.
My offer for your clock is £395.
OK.
Gosh, David, great minds-ish. 410.
We
OK,
think alike.
all right, very close, yes.
Even Stevens, really. 450 is my offer.
OK, OK. They're very good bids, but I do think I'm going to hold on to it.
Would you like to just check that on the independent valuers first?
The independent valuation is higher than Alison's top bid, but Susie seems adamant that this heirloom is going nowhere. So will any of the dealers be able to weaken her resolve?
Can I see if I can just tempt it off you? How about 550?
Well, gosh, it's so difficult. Oh, I think I'd like to hang on to it.
You sure, Susie?
Yeah.
That wasn't going to go home with any of us today, was it? That was a keeper.
Yeah, well, sentimentality does come into it as well.
It doesn't bode well. If she's going to feel like that about other things, maybe it's going to be very hard to buy anything. We'll have to see how we go.
This time memories beat money, and that didn't go the dealer's way. So will Susie part with her precious tea set, which all 3 dealers would like a taste of.
Easy stock, everyone loves Worcester, beautifully painted, love it.
We've got tea plate, cup and saucer for the tea, and little coffee cans. And is it something that you enjoy?
Yeah, I love this, actually. I really do like this.
Is this something of Mum's again?
Yes, yes. One of her favourite services, I think, definitely.
Shall I kick off?
Yep.
My offer is £160.
OK.
I'm out of the game already, almost. £90.
Oh, right, OK, all right.
And my offer is £210.
Okay. Let me refer to my little... Yeah. A bit out, I'm afraid.
That's not a great start from our dealers. All the bids are below the lowest valuation.
I think I'll declare myself at my very cheapskate offer out.
Okay.
I too will be out.
If I say 250, Susie, is that a tempting offer for you?
It's a bit out from this one, really. So I might...
Do you want to share it with me and then we can
Yeah,
sort of talk about
350
it?
to 400.
Well, I'll go 270, and that, I think, is it for me.
Karen's offer is still below the independent valuation, but will Susie be tempted to cash in or not?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a deal.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Probably would have liked a bit more for that, but I've got another couple of tea sets, so actually, you know, how much would I use it really?
There's no doubt that all three dealers are desperate to walk away with Susie's Chinese moon flask, but who wants it the most?
We are ripping each other apart for Chinese.
I am not an expert in this field, but I'm a plucky girl.
I will go a bit strong to try and get it.
Parents' purchase.
I think it might have been grandparents.
Grandparents.
Actually, even.
Well, David and I are quite strong on Oriental sometimes.
I
and
like
Alison's
it.
an unknown quantity because we don't know how you like these.
Well, I am in everything an unknown quantity.
That's very, very true. Yes.
So shall I get
Yes,
going?
go on.
My bid to you, Susie, is £310.
Okay, thank you.
And my offer is £200.
Okay, thank you.
My offer's a bit cheeky, but I'm still in the business. £170.
Okay, I will refer to my... Okay.
Karen's made the top bid, but it's David who is the strong buyer of Chinese blue and white. So can he be pushed to pay any more for this vase?
Would you be prepared to share the independent valuation with us?
Well, between £400 and £500.
I'm surprised in that condition.
I'm surprised. I will come back. £360.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah. 375.
I think I made a really fair bid in that condition. So I'm out, Susie.
Are you going to
It's now getting
improve on
very
that?
close. Yes, just a little bit. 380.
385.
Round figures, £400 I'll give you for your pot.
Okay.
410.
415.
420.
425 I'll offer you for your vase.
450.
460.
At 460, I'll drop out.
Oh, well done.
Okay,
Thank you for that.
It's only business, David.
I know,
Only business.
I know.
we have a deal.
We have a deal. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a bit of a fight with Alison and a bit of a fight with Susie, actually, because it's all this sentiment you're trying to overcome all the time.
I let them go at it, really, and thought, OK, well, we'll see what they come up with.
At the end of the day, it was David who was bold on that one.
Despite her sentimental attachment, Susie's making some tough decisions to sell. She also waved goodbye to this German Sitzendorf nodding figure, which Karen bought for £285. An Edwardian display cabinet, which she let David have for £325. And a Victorian lorgnette, which belonged to her grandmother.
And my offer on this occasion is £95.
OK, I'll let those go then.
Shake my hand, Susie.
She sold it to Karen for £95. And Alison paid a whopping £2,000 for the opal ring that got her all excited. But the ring that Susie's really attached to is the ruby and diamond double snakehead one, which all the dealers have bid on.
It was my mother's favourite piece of jewellery and she wore it every day.
Now, I wonder who's going to absolutely kill for that.
I just so want it. Lovely. I love
One
it.
of my mum's favourite pieces, yeah. She loved that. She was always wearing that ring. And she wore it almost like it was her engagement ring.
It's starting to sound a little expensive.
It'll be hard to sell.
Should we save you till last, shall we? 'Cause
Yes.
You just want to be that crescendo.
I just want to pick it up
Yeah.
and walk through that door.
All right.
Let's get us out the way.
You get it,
David.
yes. My offer for your ring is £310.
OK. Right.
My offer, Susie, £390.
OK, thank you.
But
I can't buy enough of this calibre of jewellery, so my offer is £745. It's
Right.
an offer to walk with it.
OK. I will have a look at my valuation now. OK.
Alison thought she might be walking away with this ring when she revealed her bid, but it now looks like she will have to go a lot further to tempt Susie to bite.
You're a bit short there.
I'm surprised you've said that.
Yeah.
I reckon then they must be about the 800 mark. 800 would be my offer.
It's higher than that.
OK, can you share it with me then?
Yeah, 1,000 to 1,200.
OK, that's fair enough. I'm going home with it, Susie. I've got an army of people that would like this ring.
Right.
So, what, split the difference at 1,100?
OK,
Yeah,
done.
got a deal.
that was easy.
Wow.
Thank you, darling.
Wow, Alison upped her bid by a massive £355. That really was an offer to walk away with it.
I can't see my children wearing it, and I certainly wouldn't wear it. So I'd rather sell it on to somebody who's going to wear it and appreciate it for what it is.
I'm wearing the snake ring. I got it.
The dealers are loving Susie's home, and there's still plenty more stunning antiques for them to bid on. The secret dealers could hardly contain their excitement when they were let loose in a house stacked with quality antiques.
This is just such a fantastic house. There's everything.
But extracting these family heirlooms from the homeowner, Susie, has so far proved painfully expensive.
And I thought the guys were going to be my problem, but Susie, she's very sentimental about a lot of it.
It's very hard to overcome that, so one is having to pay perhaps more than I would like to.
But we're buying top quality goods. Makes you pay a bit more wonga for them.
There have been some fantastic offers, and I find myself really battling as to whether I should be selling the piece or whether I should be keeping it.
It's going to be a tough game, this, I think.
And there's much more to come, including Susie's family silver, which weighs in at nearly 100 ounces, and even more stunning Chinese blue and white in the shape of two 19th century ginger jars, which Susie does not want to sell. With another hour to rummage, the dealers are continuing the battle to buy the best items.
Make a bid for Karen, I suppose. I couldn't afford you.
You wouldn't put much on me, trust me.
See, this is smooth. This is like a baby's bum.
What a nice little sideboard. Late Georgian sideboard. It's mahogany. Let's have a look at it. Oh, this looks exciting. Lots and lots of silver.
David is the first to discover Susie's massive hoard of family silver.
Wow. Some of it is comparatively modern. Some of it has got Georgian silver marks, but it's all silver. I mean, that's quite a nice early spoon. It's Georgian, it's probably about 1730. I think for the most part, its value is in the pot.
This could be a difficult one for Susie. On scrap value alone, this cutlery must be worth serious dosh.
Yeah, okay.
And it's been in her family for generations.
Right. There it is.
And while he's about it, he pops an offer on the sideboard too.
So that's that.
The dealers have already snapped up some of Susie's blue and white china, but they want more. Karen is the first to spot her two perfect ginger jars.
What's quite nice with these is you've got a pair, you've got the lids, and you've got the stands. very, very competitive bid. Try base.
The bids are flying down, and Susie's antique furniture is attracting a lot of interest.
I'm going to have a go at this pair of chairs. They've got elm seats, yew wood rails. They're mid-19th century. Make an offer for those.
While David's sitting down on the job to bid for the chairs, Karen's looking over the Georgian side table he put an offer on.
And I'm only going on this one because it's small. I think David will be interested in it. I'm not sure about Alison. Aha.
Indeed. She's on to the silver cutlery.
So we've got a mass of hallmarks here. So I've just got to use my judgment.
And I think she means by that, make a wild guess.
Alison and David will fight this to the death, but they might as well fight it to the death with me stood there as well, mightn't they? Because they're going to be on everything that I want.
That's not the only fight they could be having, as Alison fancies the pair of chairs that David has already bid on.
But I think we'll have to leave a bid on those.
But for all the dealers, the real battle could be overcoming Susie's emotional attachment. The 2 ginger jars Karen has already bid on are particularly special to her, but record prices for Chinese antiques means the dealers are desperate to buy.
They're lovely because they're painted with chrysanthemums, lake scenes, and blue and white, and they're perfect, which is the joy. So I'm going to have a good go. The main buyers of these sort of things are actually the Chinese, because what happened is during the revolution, the time of Mao, all their own culture was virtually destroyed, smashed, broken, and they're buying back all their wonderful works of art.
So if Susie sells her ginger jars, they could be heading east. Where the silver cutlery seems to be heading is into Alison's shopping bag, just for weighing, hopefully.
That is very heavy. Very heavy. There's nearly 100 ounces of silver. That is loads of money.
That's what we like to hear. I just hope the dealers have brought enough cash with them. But with time running short, there's still lots for them to bid on. And the pair of small Windsor chairs are just the sort of thing to appeal to Karen.
David Ford, I knew he'd be on these. He likes his furniture and his art. They're called comb-back Windsors. You have a high comb and a low comb. And on this occasion, we've got a low comb-back. So strictly speaking, this is a low comb-back Windsor chair. This is a really nice pair of chairs. My bid there.
That's a popular pair of chairs, but the couple the dealers are falling over themselves to buy are the 2 ginger jars. As long as Alison doesn't drop them first.
Did you see that? I nearly went for that then. That would have been a disaster. So I think I'll have to leave a bid on those.
Yes, I think you should. Just leave them on the shelf, though, and prepare yourself for a bidding war. The secret dealers have been having a hard time trying to buy Susie's inheritance, and there is still lots to fight for.
The items that I really, really want out the house are the pair of ginger jars.
I hope, come what may, I'm going to take those home with me.
But they're amongst some of the items Susie thinks she just won't sell.
At the moment, I'm quite adamant that, oh no, they're not going to be sold, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
But our money spoke to her today, and she took it.
So which of the dealers will be standing tall for the 2 comb-back Windsor chairs?
Lovely, low comb back, a little bit rarer, yew wood, better still. I'm going to go for those.
People like you. The reason they like you is you don't get woodworm in you.
Are these something you would sell, or are these something you have a strong sentiment about?
They are sentimental, but I would consider selling them for the right price, I think.
I'll start the bidding, shall I? My offer on these lovely little chairs is £180.
OK, right.
Mine's a tiny bit less, 165.
OK.
Well, you're going to love me. Trust me. My bid is 465.
Very nice. I will refer.
Well, David and Alison's bids were very mean, but is Karen's offer enough to persuade Susie to sell?
So I don't know how happy you are about it.
Yes, no, I'm happy. I'm happy.
What was the independent
400
valuation?
to 500 pounds. So I think
Bang
that's
in.
fair. Yep. I think
Yeah, we
that's
got a
fair.
deal?
Definitely. Yes.
Right.
On the
Thanks.
money.
Thank you.
Wow, totally blew those two out the water, didn't I? Slightly worried.
I think that was a fair price, and I'm happy to let them go to somebody who's probably going to appreciate them a bit more than I do.
That was a great deal all round. And now it's the turn of the Regency sideboard.
I like it. I hope to buy that.
I know that I probably want a good amount of money for that.
Nice size. And I think we all recognised it was quite a good bet. So let's get me out of the way, because I don't know if I'm the strongest buyer of this item of furniture. I've bid you £240, Susie.
Okay.
Well, we're thinking alike. I bid you £260.
Okay.
We're like peas in a pod here. My offer's 220.
Oh, okay. So let's see what they... Okay.
All three bids are strong, but only David has made the independent valuation. None of the dealers know that yet.
Would you be prepared to...
It's
go
quite
a bit
nice.
higher?
I mean, I would pay a little bit more than I
Okay.
did here because I
Okay.
do like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think I'll drop out if I may.
Okay.
I'm not so enamoured with it.
Okay.
270, Susie.
Would you be prepared to go any higher than that, David?
Yes, I would, because I think it's quite nice. Its proportions are good,
Yep.
even though it is a little deep. 280, Susie, for your little sideboard.
Would you like to raise your bid, Karen?
At nearly 300, I got to go some. You're talking nearly 400, and I think that's pushing it for me, so I'm out.
Okay.
So, Susie, good offer, £280.
Yep.
Would you like to take my money?
I will accept your offer.
We can shake hands. We've got a deal. Great.
we've got a deal.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you.
It was a neat piece for neat money.
A little bit of restoration cost, and I'm sure of a profit.
I was hoping to get a bit more, but I can't see it fitting into my lifestyle as it will change. So I think it's probably a good piece to get rid of.
Our three dealers will need to cross Susie's palm with big money to take the silver collection home.
They will have to work hard with that one because I wasn't going to sell that.
And I have customers that will only use silver to eat with. They believe their food tastes better.
I've made a bid based on weight. Current market prices for bullion.
There are lots of odd pieces of silver. They're family pieces that have
Yes.
come together.
Probably from my mother's and father's families, but mainly from my mother's, I think. They have been in the family rather a long time, so I'm just wondering whether it's something I should keep and pass on to my youngest, whether I'm the one who should be selling it. I don't know. This is a really, really difficult one
is
for me.
it?
Yeah.
So I'll open the bidding and see whether we can tempt
Okay.
you to part with this
Okay.
silver.
All right.
My offer is 1,151.
Okay.
OK, well, mine's not as good, I have to admit. It's 1,050.
Right. Okay.
And my offer is £1,351.
Okay. Right. I will refer to my. Yes. That's kind of what I thought, actually. So you will have to do a bit better than that, I think.
Alison is very close to the independent valuation. So how much will it take to persuade Susie to sell this precious family heirloom?
Because it's quite a nice lot and there are a few Georgian spoons, I will have another go. 1375.
Okay.
1,400.
Don't you want to know about me?
Indeed we do, Karen.
Well, I'm not
sorry.
going.
No, don't sulk.
Just thought I'd mention it. I can't compete. You're there.
Sorry.
Yeah, at £1,400, that's good enough for me. I'm out.
Okay. Okay, I'll accept your offer.
Thank you, Susie.
Okay.
At £1,400, she certainly can't scrap it. I think it's going to be tight for her.
I don't want to scrap it. Anyone can scrap it.
That was a tough decision, but silver prices are very high at the moment, so if I'm going to sell it, I might as well sell it now.
It's been a battle between hard cash and sentiment today, and the cash seems to be winning. £210 from Karen was enough to tempt Susie to part with this watercolour. Alison bagged an 18th century oak coffer for £270. And Susie was happy to let David have a pair of flower prints for £55. But the hardest fight is yet to come. All three dealers want the pair of Chinese ginger jars, and guess what? Susie is very attached to them.
Piece de la resistance, as they say.
Now you're talking. Definitely going to put a strong bid in for those.
I hope, come what may, I'm going to take those home with me.
I'm not going to sell these. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to sell these. Yeah, I love these.
So what's the story?
My mother purchased these a long time ago, and I absolutely love them. And they're one of my favourite decorative pieces. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult to prize these away from me.
We're going to challenge you on that.
OK.
Shall I start, David?
OK.
My offer is £240.
OK.
My offer's £310.
OK, thank you.
My offer, because I love them, is £470.
I will refer to my... OK.
All three dealers have fallen short of the independent valuation. But can any of them offer enough to persuade Susie to part with these jars?
I'd really like to go home with these. So can I try and tempt you? £500 for your pair of ginger jars.
No, I can't do it for that. No.
£550.
Hang on, it's not your turn.
Yes, it is.
You've had 2 turns.
Yes.
I wanted to be £550.
Too late.
No, can't do it. No.
£575.
£600, Susie. I'm going to make it really hard for you.
They make it really hard for all of us. We all want these.
I know, I can...
Because they're perfect.
I know. That's why I like them as well.
£650, Susie.
Would you share the independent valuation with us?
Yeah, it's £500 to £600.
Well, I'll drop out at this juncture.
670. We're bidding very, very strong because the market's good.
Yeah.
If I offered you £700, have I overcome your sentiment and overcome Karen?
No. 710, Susie.
£725.
Susie, I'm out because David's just not going to be reasonable about this and he's going to buy them at any cost, so I'm out.
All right, OK. Sorry, I think I will keep them.
Another £25 wouldn't change your mind. And then really, I have done it. 750. You can tell I want them.
I know. I think I'm going to keep them, actually. I am going to keep them.
I was determined to buy those.
I noticed.
I'll have one more crack at it before you completely close the book, because I want them. £800.
OK.
You're going to shake my hand?
Yeah.
I want you to be happy. I mean, I really want to buy them, but...
Yes, I know.
I want you to be a happy Susie.
OK. Yeah, no, well, yeah, OK. Well.
Deal done. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As the bidding went on, I began to think, well, I've got other blue and white pieces. How much do I really need them, and where are they going to fit in?
When she said yes, I wanted to go, no, don't let them go.
Quite a lot more money than I wanted to pay, but they're wonderful, they're perfect, and I have clients.
I'm OK with that now. Yeah, I feel OK.
Money did talk in the end, didn't it?
Susie has struggled with her feelings today, but the dealers have worked really hard and bought lots of items. So after everything, how much of the dealer's hard-earned cash has Susie taken off them?
Well, I hope you're standing firm there,
I
because
am.
this is what they call a real double-hander. Unbelievably, we have managed to spend with you a massive £10,930.
That's absolutely amazing. I didn't think it was going to be cash. Well, what shall I spend all this on then?
The dealers have spent thousands of their own money, so what's become of the items they bought? Karen took a risk today.
The two beautiful Windsors. Wow.
They didn't sit with Karen for long, selling for £570. After such a battle,
I'm going home with it, Susie. I've got an army of people that would like this ring.
Right.
1100.
OK.
Alison can't bear to part with the snake ring just yet, but she did make a respectable profit when she sold the silver collection for £1,700.
Love it.
And as for those ginger jars, one of David's clients has taken them home to see how they look. They aren't quite sold yet, but it's looking good as the Moon Flask sold for £600.
So one up for me.